Hi, my name is Haley, and this is Moon Brews. Hello everybody, welcome back to Moon Brews. I feel like it's been a whole minute, but today we are covering Norwegian cryptids, which I am so freaking excited about and so fascinated to cover. So stay tuned for that. I do have a few things that I want to cover first. So did anybody see the post by Cosmic Adventure? I saw it as a Facebook post, and they posted a video of something strange and mysterious seen walking on the moon's surface. So there's like this shadow that was captured on some camera, I guess some sort of like satellite camera, and you can see the shadow casted by whatever the object is, makes it appear like the shadow is like a two-legged tall shadow figure just casually walking across the moon. Like casually walking across the face of the moon. I mean, the figure looks like it could be like over 50 feet in height. So I kept reading. Most of the time, these objects seen near the surface of the moon end up being space rocks, satellites, or objects passing between the camera and the moon. So far, there's no evidence that this was a UFO or an alien, which, please, you think anybody's going to come out and actually say that? But go look at the video yourself. It's strange. It is weird. But I did learn that since the moon has no atmosphere, photos and images of objects of the moon can look distorted. The shadows appear very sharp and dark, which can make things look supernatural. I had no idea the atmosphere could play such a huge role in modifying or changing what is seen through the camera lens, but please watch the video by, let me see, double check Cosmic Adventure, and let me know what you think. Is it a 50-foot gray or a space rock with two legs? So I did have a pretty horrific paranormal event happen to me recently. I'll just let you know, I was getting changed. I was getting ready for bed. So I was taking off, I believe, like whatever pants I had on, TMI, and I was going to change into like my pajama pants. And I think they were like sweatpants or something that I wore around the house for like an hour, like something stupid. I don't even know why I'm telling you that. But the point is that I was taking them off and folding them up nicely because I have OCD and everything needs to be, back where it belongs. So I'm folding the pants that I had just taken off nicely, and I'm bent over. I'm in my room. It's dark. I don't turn on I hate wasting energy, like electrical energy. So like I won't turn on a light if I need to go into a room for like 2 seconds. So I'm in the dark, like I'm not scared of my room either, bent over because my pant drawer, of course, is at the very, very bottom drawer of my entire cabinet. So I'm bent over, I can't see who's behind me, in the dark, putting the pants away. And as I bent down to put the pants into the drawer, I heard a whisper, "Hey babe," in my ear, and it sounded just like Joey. So I turned around immediately, and I was about to lose my mind being like, who the hell does that to somebody in a dark room while they're bent over and they can't see? Nobody there. Not a soul. Dog wasn't even there. Joey wasn't there. Joey's downstairs. I think I screamed and floated down the damn steps. Floated. It was horrifying. I mean, hearing, "Hey babe," in your ear as if like they can like their hot breath is like on your eardrum. It sent me, I floated down the steps, freaked out, cleansed the whole damn house. I said, "Joe, you're following me in every single room," and I'm cleansing the freaking house like a crazy lunatic because I'm open to talking to people, not people, but talking to spirits with good intentions, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, things like that. Don't be whispering in my ear in the dark when I know you're going to scare the absolute shit out of me. To me, that's not fair. And it's same with the Sue thing, the 8 p.m. rule. Like we're pushing our luck with putting our pajama pants on. That's also pretty late in the night. We cannot be whispering in each other's ears. What was interesting to me was that I think I was talking to my mom about it, and she was trying to tell me to not be fearful of it and kind of see if is there a message there? Like, don't be so fearful and feed into the energy. Like, if the whole point of that experience was to make you scared and nervous, then they succeeded, and you let that overtake you. So I thought that was really interesting. And I know the last time I had somebody whisper in my ear, I also reacted the same way by absolutely letting it overcome me and scare the absolute crap out of me. So the next time this happens, because statistically it's going to, this happens to me, I'm going to face it. And that's because of my mom. She gave me that tip. And I think that's interesting because I can maybe unveil what the message is or stand up to whatever might be whispering to me and just kind of see, like, either I can say something along the lines of, hey, don't whisper in my ear, it's dark and that scared me, you're not allowed to do that, or just go, who are you? What's your message? And I just watched Ryan Ashley, the tattoo artist from Ink Master. She was on a podcast. What's it called? I think Acid is for Squares, I think it's called. And it was a really good episode. She talks about her alien experiences, which is so freaking cool to me. But she had a very similar experience too, where something scared the absolute crap out of her. And her mom also told her to just, I believe you, stand up to it next time. Like, you don't have to sit here and be scared about it. So I think that's the next step in experiencing like paranormal things. Be brave, stand up for yourself, and see what the hell the message is. So that's my tip to you and my little ghost story. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, every single person that's followed on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Go check out Moon Brews on freaking YouTube. Go to all the platforms, follow each other, make friends. I am so grateful that you guys are clicking follow and liking and reposting things, but I haven't said it in a while, so thank you very much. But let's move the planchette to the main part of the story. We're talking about Norwegian cryptids today.
Not all paths are straight. Some twist deep into the unknown. Hey, I'm Amanda Joy, and every Thursday, a new episode of Down the Crooked Path beckons. Paranormal stories, strange encounters, and folklore that lingers long after dark. So take a deep breath, grab your flashlight, or let the mysteries guide your steps. Down the Crooked Path, available wherever you listen to podcasts.
The cryptids of Norway. Why do you ask? Why? Why Norway? Because Joey and I decided that we're honeymooning there later this year in the Arctic Circle, where the sunlight is limited, the snow squalls unleash, and the cryptids hide. Norway, a lovely snowy country, is located in the western part of the Scandinavian peninsula, snuggled right next to the North Sea, way, way north. And to be honest, my favorite thing to research prior to going to a new country is looking at their paranormal sites and possible cryptids I might encounter. Like, you're missing out if you're not doing that. Like, if you're going to a new state, look at the most haunted hotel or bar and go visit it. Experience these things. When we were in Iceland, I was on the hunt for the hidden people there. Like, a hunt. I was talking to our tour guide and some locals and talking about these hidden people, which are, they apparently like blend in with the normal population. You can't really tell who is or isn't a hidden person. There was one story that our tourist told us, and he was like down to earth guy. You can kind of tell he didn't give the time of day to bull crap, you know what I mean? But he was talking about how a woman, a local, convinced him and felt just utter trust within this woman, how she, this local Icelandic woman, was feeding these hidden people off of her back porch. And he told the story as if he believed it himself. It was insane. They apparently live in the hills and the mountains of Iceland, and I was on the hunt. So I'm going to let you know the cryptids of Norway, so I am well informed before we go there on our honeymoon to see what the hell I'm looking out for. These stories are from the University of Oslo's digital collection of fairy tales and myths, so if you need more information, please go check them out. I'm giving them all the credit and the citation for this show today. I'm going to go one by one down all the haunted cryptids you may encounter on your next trip to Norway. So let's start with the Norwegian troll. So these trolls can be found on the mountainside, the forest, and under bridges. The most famous creature in Norway is actually the troll. The term troll in Scandinavian folklore is an umbrella term to describe many different creatures, but in this case, trolls are referred to as ugly, unpleasant, and humongous. These Norwegian trolls are often bigger than a human, and sometimes can be as large as a mountainside, yet they're able to blend into their environment despite their size, making it extremely hard to spot. So most of the time, you're more than likely unaware of the troll standing next to you. These trolls also have exceptional sense of smell, so they can smell you, they know you're there, and if they catch your scent, it might be difficult for you to escape. These trolls hide during the daylight and come out at night. This is because the sunlight would turn them to stone. So basically, their Medusa is the sun. If you're searching the lands of Norway, you can find evidence of these trolls. The author of this site actually explained how he was hiking in, I'm going to just do a disclaimer right now. I looked at the pronunciation for everything because I'm trying to respect the cities and the lands and the cryptids. I may butcher them, so please just bear with me. But the author of the site explained how he was hiking in Sangenfell with a Norway friend who informed him that the reason there were rocks littered all over the trail was because the night before the trolls on opposite mountains were throwing rocks at each other all throughout the night. If you're caught by a troll, your way of survival is by playing with their stupidity, so kind of like the troll at Hogwarts. Other ways to escape a troll is to hide until daylight or find a church and ring the bell. I've never been to Norway, that's why we're going to head there, but I was in Iceland and there was nothing for miles and miles and miles. And then you would just come across a random church, like in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like putting this together while I'm researching the Norwegian troll. Is it because they have these cryptids that they are protecting themselves by placing churches all throughout these lands so you are able to access it and ring the bell? Let's move to the nuck. The nuck is a water spirit that lives in lakes and rivers of Norway. Hell to the yeah. This is more my speed with like the spookiness, like trolls are trolls, I'm not a troll gal. A water spirit that lives in lakes and rivers is definitely more my speed. The nuck, or it's spelled N-O-K-K, is a water spirit that often takes the form of a white horse or a beautiful young man that draws you into a watery grave. It will sometimes use music to lure people in. So it's literally a merman of Norwegia. And I'm going to say he, but the nuck likes to take in young, unbaptized children and pregnant women. That is the population that's most at risk, which to me is crazy. I feel like we're slightly targeting a group of people here. It's very weird. But catching a glimpse of the nuck is also unforgiving, as that is typically a sign of someone's future drowning, either yourself or someone else nearby. Go look at Theodore Kittelsen's, I believe that's correct, Kittelsen's inspiration painting of the nuck. It's terrifying. It's a water spirit with like two legs, kind of like if you were crunching the water, holding your knees into your chest, and your head is hiding behind your two knees, and you're kind of bobbing up and down with like this scruffy ass black hair and lily pads all around you, soaking into this deep dark lake. That's the picture. Go check it out. It's scary. If you happen to find yourself in a situation where you're being lured into the arms of a submerged nuck, do the following. Typically, before being drowned, right, you would take a really big, deep breath before your head goes underwater. I think that's like intuitive. I think that's what your body would do. You're also if you're trying to wrangle yourself out of that situation, you want as much breath as possible. So typically you would go and you go down. But instead, you need to use the last of your air to yell the nuck's name as you're being dragged into the murky, dark water. How creepy is that? Who found that out? And you go under. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's a great tip. It's a fantastic tip. I mean, we all are hopefully now can get out of the hands of the Nøkken, because who the hell found that out for us? Thank you. But what a way to get out of the hands of the Nøkken. Our next creature is called the Fossegrimen. It is also a water spirit and also a shapeshifter. I'm going to derail really, really quick. Let's talk about the shapeshifter that exists on my side of the plane over here in Northern America, the flesh pedestrian, or the SW. I'm not calling it by its name. I will never call it by its name. I think that is one thing I will... Okay, you can say I'm superstitious. Like, I don't split poles and I don't split... So I can't sit here and be like, I'm not superstitious, because I am, but... I don't really care to like say things out loud. That is one word that I will not say out loud. I will not name the shapeshifter that's in Northern America that people refer to as the flesh pedestrian. I will call it the flesh pedestrian. So the Fossegrimen is like our flesh pedestrian. And I think our flesh pedestrian, or SW, I'm saying it so many times, I think it might be just as bad, is terrifying to me. It's terrifying to me. And I will bring up Ghost Adventures until I die. They did like a ranch. We all know the SW ranch show, right? But the Ghost Adventures did some sort of ranch out in like New Mexico or something, or Arizona, somewhere out there. And the footage that I have goosebumps all over my body. I didn't even say it. The footage that they captured was insane. And you have to go see it yourself. I don't know what episode it was. After, I don't really get to... Some things spook me on Ghost Adventures. The episodes about SWs and flesh pedestrians send me into a spiral. I literally feel like I can only watch those in the daylight. I have to have every single candle lit. I have to say like a protection prayer and like mantra and manifestation. It scares me so bad. And the footage that I've seen them catch when they are trying to investigate these flesh pedestrians like is actually incredible in the most terrifying way. There was this one footage of somebody's like Ring camera like in the backyard that they put on Ghost Adventures because they were using like the house's footage too. But they, cleared it for, what's it called? They debunked it and stuff. Debunked it to be nothing because it was a SW, but it was a shapeshifter. It shape-shifted in the video, and I cannot describe it to you. I have full body chills. It was the scariest video that I've ever seen. Go check that out if you haven't seen that episode. But yeah, let's get back on track. But the Fossegrimen, instead of living in lakes and rivers, this spirit actually lives under waterfalls and water mills. And apparently the Fossegrimen is less malevolent than its counterpart, the Nøkken. So a little good news here. It wants the audience, so me and you, to be drawn into the music and not necessarily be drowned. How forgiving. The only way the Fossegrimen becomes dangerous is if your stupid ass is so distracted by the music, you fall into the water. So it's like human error. It's completely your fault. It appears to be an angelic creature near the bottom of a waterfall with webbed feet playing a fiddle. In the stories of Fossegrimen, bear with me, La Reine Maste I Felispil, it teaches a young man how to play the fiddle. The price is a sacrifice, though, often a goat, that is thrown into a waterfall running north on a Thursday evening. So specific. The teaching process seems to be quite quick and painful, as the Fossegrimen takes the hand of the pupil and bends and twists until it bleeds. But in return, you'll be a master musician at the fiddle. I'm okay with not meeting this guy. I'm okay not sacrificing a goat on a Thursday evening with a waterfall running north. I also don't understand how you're supposed to play the fiddle after he breaks all your fingers, but that's the Fossegrimen. The nissa. The nissa is a small creature, often connected to a home or a farm. They're often described as having a small appearance to a garden gnome. So like the ones with a red pointy hat, large belly, small stature, that's your nissa. The nissa behave similarity to a house goblin or brownies. And I didn't know what a brownie was. Not the delicious brownies you cook, but brownies, from what I've learned, are helpful household spirits from the Scottish and English tradition, which is so cool. Helpful household spirits. I think that's so cool. I know you're supposed to call upon Saint Michael if you are Christian or Catholic, because I believe, is it Saint Michael? No, he might be for protection. I forget what saint it is, but you're supposed to call upon a certain saint, like if you forget your keys somewhere. It's like the same thing. So in the Scottish and English tradition, they have brownies that help them find their keys, or you can call upon your nissa to help you find your keys as well. Most Norwegian folks never end up saying their nissa, but they do encounter environments where things seem out of place or find offerings from them. If you treat your nissa well, they will often be extremely helpful with household chores. Some nissa also take the role of Santa Claus and leave out presents for the children. But if you mistreat your nissa, it will make your life miserable, from hiding your keys to killing your pets. The escalation is absolutely wild here. Don't piss off your nissa, because it's not worth it. Like, you piss off your nissa and you don't know if you're not gonna be able to get to work today, or if your animal is not going to be alive. Like, the escalation is incredible. So be kind to your little gnome spirit, household spirit, whoever it is, your nissa. Be kind. Also, the nissa is very similar to, I keep bringing up Harry Potter 1 because Harry Potter is, as Joey would say, gas. That is not my words, those are him. It's so good, and we're rewatching it for like the third time, because you have to keep rewatching Harry Potter. I mean, the elements in the movie is incredible. There's also like 7 to 8 movies, so it's like impossible to like retain anything, well, at least for me. But the nissa reminds me of the house elf Dobby from Harry Potter, because if you offer your nissa a pair of clothes, he will stop working for you. Like Dobby, Master has given Dobby a sock. Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free. It's the same thing. Your nissa and Dobby, they're the same. They're one and the same. One thing to know is you can never escape your nissa. So be kind and nice, and your life will be easier. So the next cryptid is horrifying. It lurks in your bedroom at night when you're sleeping, and it's called the mara. So in cultures all around the world, people have reported waking up being unable to move or having feelings of a heavy pressure on their chest, as if something is sitting on them. This is the gold standard of having a terrifying sleep paralysis episode. I think I keep talking about sleep. We keep talking about dreams and sleep paralysis. I think it is all connected to the paranormal realm. I'm sorry. Go listen to Haunted Happy Hour Volume 2 about nightmares. We talk about the connection between your real life and your nightmares and sleep paralysis, and how they all are intertwined, especially with a paranormal element to it. People report waking up in the middle of the night and they can't move, and they see the Hat Man, or they see another paranormal creature, or they hear something, or they feel something sitting on their chest, or they're waking up tormented with terrible nightmares. But the thing is like, your eyes are open and you see this thing in your room, but is your mind making it up, or is it real? And there's a universal experience where you can't move your body, and no matter what you do, your body is not awake, but your mind is. But why are we conjuring the most terrifying images? Why aren't we conjuring butterflies, right? I think the last thing I shared was I conjured thousands of black spiders crawling all over my bed. Why couldn't that have been like lollipops? Like, it just, ladybugs. Well, ladybugs are, I hate ladybugs. But besides the point, why is it always dark and terrifying? And the Norwegian people say the mara is to blame. The mara is a malevolent being, characterized as a female, whose name comes from the Norwegian word nightmare. She enters places through cracks in the walls and under doors to sit on her victim's chest while they're sleeping, and tortures them with bad dreams. She can even affect animals, which is so sad. An animal having a nightmare is so sad, because they can't even comprehend like why. That is I can't go down that. It's so sad. One way to tell if you experience sleep paralysis or the mara is to check to see if your hair is matted together the next morning. This is known as the marluck, as she tangles and mats your hair when you sleep. One way to stop the mara is to close all the cracks in your house and block the bottom of your doors. Unless, of course, you're visiting a Norway rented accommodation, then you won't be able to do anything permanent to the home, and you may be visited by the infamous mara the entire stay. The next creature I have is one of the sea, the North Sea, one that used to be a human, before being drowned in the dark North Sea. Welcome the draugr. The draugr often appears in traditional fishermen's boat wearing traditional fishermen's oilskins, but don't be fooled, as this isn't a human. If you're out on the water and see or hear it scream, then death will surely follow. The best way to escape a draugr is to steer clear of the northern Norwegian coastline, but then you're depriving yourself of some seriously amazing sights, so you gotta pick and choose your battles here. The scary thing about this is being lost at sea and seeing a cryptid. I feel like that's even scarier than being out in the middle of the woods, because you're grounded, you're on the floor, your feet are literally grounded, and worst comes to worst, you run like hell, baby, right? Imagine being in a boat at sea and seeing the draugr and not being able to do anything about that because you're in your dingy ass boat in the North Norwegian cold sea. Are you kidding me? Almost as bad as our last cryptid. One that I've been fascinated by for my entire life. I've been so fascinated by this thing. And it's probably because I grew up watching Pirates of the Caribbean all the time. And the ocean is so scary and so fascinating to me. I have to cover the kraken. But unlike the kraken we all know, the giant squid, the Norwegian kraken is quite different, which is so cool to me. So you're telling me that there's different species of cryptids based on their location too? There's different species of kraken based off of what sea you're at. You're in the northern sea, it's not going to be a giant squid, it's going to be the Norwegian kraken. That is the sickest thing I've ever heard. And it makes sense. I mean, there's animals all over the world, and each animal, depending on where their location is a little different. There's different species of X, Y, and Z. Birds, insects, even plants. So it makes complete sense that there would be different types of cryptids as well. The Norwegian kraken appears to be a cluster of small islands out in the water, but as it comes closer to your vessel, the horns grow thick as it rises above the surface. According to Norwegian fishermen, if you row several miles out to sea and find water much shallower, with an abundance of fish, this is how you know the kraken is beneath you. When the kraken sinks, it creates a whirlpool strong enough to drag the fishing boat down into the depths with it. If you have experienced the kraken, the draugr, the mara, the Norwegian troll, please send your cryptic stories to moonbrewspodcast@gmail.com, and we may read your spooky tale.